How can you succeed? Jot it down. There's 3 skills you better develop. If you have kids, you gotta teach them this as well. If you learn these 3 skills, you will not have to think ever again or worry about your future ever. Skill number 1, you must be great at pattern recognition. Pattern recognition, what does that mean? You know what creates fear? Is not knowing. It's the worst it's ever been. It's just horrible, it's never been like this. And they clearly have no education whatsoever. If you're British, don't take offense, but at that time that was very deadly. He's a hideous, hermaphroditical character with neither the force or firmness of man nor the gentleness or sensibility of a woman. See, everything in life is circular. There are seasons to everything. There are seasons to your life, and if you recognize that pattern, you will not be fearful. You go, oh, this has happened, When the economy changes, it happens all the time, you go through a recession. What follows a recession? What always follows a recession? Come on, tell me. Growth. True or false? Every major market in the world, when it crashes, what does it do? It grows again. Some take a little longer than others, but they do. What always follows wintertime? Always. Springtime. What always follows the dark night? Beautiful day. See, if you were God of the universe, wouldn't that be a cool way to set things up? It would make people grow, wouldn't it? But if you don't recognize patterns, you'll freak out. You'll think, oh my God, there's something wrong with me, something wrong with the country, we're never going back, the whole thing's gonna end. That's how people think, right? When the truth is, when you recognize patterns, it starts to give you power. Just the beginning of power, because you're no longer fearful. You go, oh, I'm making myself depressed. Here's what I'm doing in my body. Or I can make myself feel great. And it's not bullshit, it's not fake, it's not phony, it's real, it's biochemical. Not with a drug, by knowing how to direct my body and mind. It's a very different game than, oh my God. Second skill. Once you recognize a pattern, you're not fearful, now skill number 2 is utilize patterns. When you know how to use patterns, you become powerful. That means, for example, you don't even know how to play a piano. So what do? You study someone else's patterns. Beethoven came way before you and he developed these patterns. But if you play these keys this way, it lifts the human spirit. So you copy. You recognize the pattern and then you start to use the pattern. And as you use it, you produce the same result that Beethoven did. If you use your body the same way, you'll feel the same way. If you use it this way, you'll feel like all the other depressed people. Once you use patterns, not just recognize them, use them, then you have the power to change anything in your life. If you know anyone that's really good at anything, they're great in business, they're great in investing, they're great in relationships, they're great with their body, they're great musicians. It's because they recognize patterns. And so if you're good at business, there's patterns in business. The reason now I've got 114 companies, I'm doing over 10 billion. I couldn't even do 200,000 in the beginning. I was stressed out. Getting to 1 million was a giant goal. And when I did it, I was exhausted because I didn't understand business. I was what I call a business operator. Operators are always stressed. I learned how to become an owner. Now I got 114 companies, 10 billion. I'm not even there 90% of the time. I'm here with you, doing what I love. And I enter in there strategically where I need to. All that came from understanding there's patterns in business. There's patterns in investing. There's patterns in music. There's patterns in human emotion. Once you know them, you have power. Third skill, if you want to, if you get to this, your life really changes. And that is becoming a pattern creator. That's when you start becoming the creator. Now you've played other people's music so often that one day you've done enough other people's patterns in your body that you go, no, let me try something. And you build on the shoulders of who you've learned from, and now it's you coming through, and you play this incredible melody. You feel incredible that you pulled this off. Or you figured out suddenly after doing business for years and struggling, you learn these patterns and boom, you turn the business around and then you learn how to do another one and another one. And now you got 4 businesses, you couldn't run one before. And less time. But you understand how to create patterns now, not just recognize it's happening or just even use it. This is what mastery will bring you. You don't just suddenly start creating your own patterns. You got to go through all 3 steps. First, you got to recognize it, get good at recognizing, then good at using it, and then after enough time, you start creating it. And we'll attack it in different ways because we'll look at your emotions, your energy, your body, your relationships, all are affected by these patterns. Now, what gets in the way though, as I said earlier, it's expecting it to be the same all the time. Like you meet somebody, you're out of your mind, you're totally in love, you're excited about them, you have these dreams of what you're gonna do, you get together, maybe get married, you have these pictures, and then it's all wonderful, and then one day it's like, who the f are you? Who's experienced this before? Where you were totally excited relationship and then suddenly it dropped out? Say I. But what I was starting to say is, what gets in the way of understanding these patterns is we forget there's seasons of our life. In fact, the greatest transformation in humanity's history began when we made one pattern recognition and started to use it. And it was the recognition of the pattern of the seasons. That's what took humanity from hunter-gatherers running around trying to survive to be able to stay in one place, build gardens, have food, build a family, build a community, build a township, build a nation. That's how we came to dominate the earth. For better or worse, I don't know, but that's how we came to dominate the earth, because we understand the seasons. Why? Because listen to me, can you do the right thing at the wrong time? If you do the right thing at the wrong time, if you plant in the winter, are you gonna get the crop? No. People say, well, I'm doing the right thing. Yeah, the wrong time. You have to do the right thing at the right time. You have to know what season you're in and take advantage of your season, not think about it. Because the season is here. Your job is use the season, not let the season use you.